It is so great to be back with Mindy Yoder. Mindy, I sometimes think that as a coach, you might like to have the Freudian psychoanalyst couch on the court. Everyone come lie down. Mindy's going to help you get through your mental problems. I certainly, when I've trained with you, thought, oh, Mindy, could you just sit on my shoulder for the rest of my life when I'm playing pickleball? Because you say such kind, nice, helpful, supportive, encouraging things. One of the things that I think other people may be affected by, but maybe not as much as I am, which has made me think I'm on some kind of spectrum which has not yet been identified, which is that I am so concerned, preoccupied, noticing particularly what my partner is or isn't doing, as well as people on the other side. Oh, and by the way, the woman on the court two over whose shoelaces are untied, I'm not making this up as a joke. I want to say, can you guys hold on for a minute? I'm going to go over there and tell her shoelace is untied. I don't want her to trip. I don't know her from Adam. Okay, so we're talking extreme issues. But the one that you've helped me with is the idea of me saying, Mindy, what do I do when I have a partner who won't come up behind their return of serve? What do we do about our feelings about someone we're playing with, either someone we know well that maybe we're even in a tournament with, or often in rec play, total strangers who are playing wrong, whatever we mean by wrong, air quotes, but they're doing what they do, how they do it, the best they can. How do we not think about them and certainly try not to say anything?
Yes. You bring up two very different circumstances. One is
Okay,
fun rec play, one is competitive tournament play.
right, right.
And I would say maybe some of the choices of things I would say or do will be different in those scenarios.
Okay, good.
If
You
it's
pick.
if it's fun rec play or it's a stranger on the court to you, a couple of things that I recommend to start off well with a partner. I always ask my partner three things before we play together. The first thing is, what's your pickleball superpower? It
Oh,
leans
that's
into
so sweet.
something positive. What do they like? They look at me like, what? I don't have any superpowers. I'm like, no. What do you like on the court? What's your favorite? How do you win points?
Wow.
So
Wow.
that's the first question. The second question I ask them is, how are we going to cover the middle of our court? Let's agree.
Nice.
And
Nice.
it's a point of contention with people. There's a
Sure.
lots of different theories out there,
Right.
and there's probably some are right in all circumstances, but somehow we have to agree, or we're going to hate our lives for the next 11 points. And so I will ask them that question, and then the third question I ask them is, when you make a mistake on the court, how do you want me to support you? And
Yes.
because we're both going to make mistakes, and I can tell you what supports me, but I want to know what works for you. Some people like to paddle tap, some people want a cheerleader, like, let's
Mhm.
go, we got the next one. Some people want silence, they don't want that, they want to deal with it themselves. And so I want to be a supportive, kind person. And so those three questions help us to have some kind of a little bit of positive regard as we're starting the game together.
I
And
am
it
blown
puts,
away. They're great. They're so great. I think I'm going to make them a little 3x5 cards to remind myself. And if anyone's curious, once they've started listening to Pickleball Obsession, they'll say, that Mindy Yoder, man, what were those ideas? I say, here's a card.
yeah. So those are things I share with other players. So that's for somebody you don't know, and we encounter those people in open play, rec play all the time
Yes.
for all the rec play
Yes.
that goes on for most of us. I'm suggesting those items to start out with. Then I try to remind myself in the games, I am enough of a hot mess to deal with. I'm going to keep busy dealing with my own messiness. So, meaning, let me work on my strategies, my things that I've prioritized for me. We've talked about this. As you're
Yes.
working on your game, I pick one or two things I'm focused on,
Right.
and I have those priorities. Brene Brown says, she's an author, says, if you have more than three priorities, you have no priorities.
I
So
like it.
you need to hone in on your own things. So that's going to keep me busy and hopefully focused on what my intentions are and not worrying about people around me. Now, what do you do for that player that doesn't come in? It's a very real issue. What do you do for that player who never has their paddle up and
Yes.
are, or who hits pop-ups and is consistently getting you killed? Well,
Yeah.
and you're Newsflash, we're not going to change them in that game. We're
That's right.
not. We're not.
That's right.
And we're not their coach.
That's right.
So those, we want to be the coach. My suggestion is I only give feedback to people if they've requested it from you. Sometimes people are like, if you see anything in my game, please say it to me.
Can
And
I just
even
say,
for
Minnie,
me,
that a couple of women have said that to me, and I say to them, you don't want to say that to me. Say that to me because I could say a whole lot of stuff, and I've been told I'm not supposed to. So when
yeah.
people say that to me, I'm like, no, don't say that. You'll unleash a torrent of words.
Yes. And if someone does say that to you, it can be distracting to your game. You're
Of
playing a
course,
game, you're not
totally.
coaching someone else.
That's right.
And so, even for me as a coach, people will say that to me all the time on the court. And my
Right.
thing to them is after our game is finished, how about this? I'll tell you one or two things that I noticed that were really great in your game, and one or two things that I think you could maybe work on. How's that? And then it sets up the bar for we're not going to do coaching during the points. They're not going to be worrying about me. We're going to be playing our games and having a good time.
So
And
you become like the dermatologist at the dinner party. The
yes.
dermatologist at any dinner party, hey, can I just show you this one little thing on my arm? Or let me show it to you on my belly. No, I'm here to have dinner or have a cocktail. I really am not here to give you free advice because I just want to be a person. Like a coach or a much better player than you, let's say, they just want to have fun and play their game. They really don't want to be asked to put on their professional hat or their I know more than you hat, because other than the Mindys of the world, we rec players don't know more than each other. The best we can do is deal with our own hot mess.
Yeah.
We see what might be improvable in the other person's game or
Yeah.
is wrong in their game, but we don't even know how they wound up making the pop up. So even if, not that you ever say to someone, "Don't pop it up," that's a ridiculous thing to say. That's all they could do with the ball that came at them, given their skill set. But we
Yeah.
don't even know what made them pop it up, which is why I beg people to take clinics and take lessons. Because until you find out, was it your knees? Was it your readiness? Was it how far your paddle was from your body? Was it your paddle face? Was it your wrists that gave? There's a lot of things that can make a pop up. It's for many of us, the first few years, one of our intentions is keep the ball low, don't pop it up. And then there's variations on that come about with time. But I think that your point is really well taken that we're really not there to coach each other. And it really distracts us from playing our own game. If
Yes.
you do it thinking you're being supportive, oh,
Yes.
it'd be really good if you came up behind your serve. Don't get me wrong, I still say it. I mostly play with guys because mostly play in open play and in open rec play at an advanced level. I've tried a couple of times to play with another woman who's really good. It doesn't work. The guys are stronger. There's a reason it's called mixed doubles, and women's doubles is something else, even at your level, at a really high level. It's a curiosity that you want to say, if I'm playing with someone really good, just the other night, last night, I played with Vincent, a guy I'd never played with before, in his low 20s, a 4 plus, really wonderful player. And at one of the points, he didn't come up behind his return of serve. So now I didn't, if I knew he wasn't going to, but he really just forgot to or something, I would cover more of the middle. I'd get big in the middle. So I have said to guys, if you're not going to come up behind, let me know and I'll get big in the middle. And they usually say, "Oh, I just got lazy." I said, "Okay, don't." But people know I'm a bossy bitch. So, okay, don't is said with a smile. They're really good players to begin with. Do you think it's okay to make comments to people but that aren't your constant partner, but are good players, or is that out of line?
You know, read the room, right? Have
Yes,
read the
yes,
room with who's on the court with you, who they are, what relationship do you have with them. Of
right.
course we all chide each other. I think the
Yes,
fun of jabbing each other at pickleball and telling each other obvious things
yeah,
it's part of why we return to the court day after day
that's a
is
good point.
because we enjoy the camaraderie.
Yeah,
So that's one thing, but yourself with what's going on everywhere can be problematic. And even from the other side of the court, people who are
yeah.
on the other side, sometimes I've had to tell myself, look at their shoes, play the shoes
Oh,
rather than the face. because sometimes there's that person that's just annoying.
Yeah.
They make facial, they know how to press your buttons. They
Yes.
make facial expressions, or they're chattery. For me, it's people who are chatting on the court,
Agreed.
making commentary about every single play, and it's annoying. And so in order for me to block them, I have to stop looking at the face and start looking at the shoes. So
Oh,
it's
that's
that's
great
that's a self
advice.
that's a self it's a self-made strategy for
Right.
helping me to focus. But I encourage people, again, know yourself. I've said that before, I think, but what has helped you to stay focused in other areas of your life? Maybe you just need to take your medication, Tracy.
They haven't come up with one that will work for me, Mindy. They are working on scientists around the world. This is bad. A lot of research has been cut at universities. And I was hoping for a pill that would make me mellow yellow. Hey, how's it going? And that's fine. It all doesn't matter. We're all good. It's all good. Yeah, that's not going to happen. But I do love the shoes idea because oh, yeah, the other day playing with a young man. I seem to always play with young men. I'm just so lucky that they're willing to play with me against two other young men, immature ones who were one guy was drilling the ball at me. I don't mean a banger, a driller, using it like a weapon. And I can block it. I've been playing against guys for a long time. I don't care how hard they hit it. I can block it. But he was then taunting, and when he made a good shot, he went, "Yoo-hoo!" Excuse me? I said, whoa. So it really bugged me. And my partner said to me, he's just trying to rattle your cage. I said, he's really good at it. Wow, he's professional. But if I thought to just look at his shoes and not notice all that behavior, there's a few women at Troop. They play fabulous music the whole time. Fabulous. It's whatever it is. It's loud and it's very musicy. It's either from the 60s or the 70s or the yesterday. And some of the women, I haven't seen the guys do it, they dance as they're changing side from ad to deuce court, or when they're receiving serve. I'm thinking, oh my God, this is not a Zumba class, but it works for them. It's obviously takes care of their energy or makes them happy. And I feel like just could you keep your feet on the ground and just watch the ball? It's none of my business. They're my opposition. But those of us that see too much, horses, when they run horses, some of them have to wear blinders. And I'm
Mhm.
thinking I could wear like a paper bag and just have little eye holes cut out so I couldn't see all the stuff around me, maybe not hear it as much. What do you think? We could come up with something, a great pickleball, it would be an item you could sell. Like we have paddle erasers, we could have brain erasers that just shut out all those stimuli. So you're just focused on the pickleball. Mindy, it is such a pleasure to be with you. I think that your practical ideas are so valuable. And it does make me feel better, medication wise or lack of same, that you have some of these same issues that people can get your goat, can irritate you. They stop in between every point and talk, or they trash talking. I love trash talking is hilarious. Either before the point, during the point, after the point, I don't care. But it's funny the sort of things that can get under your skin. And I don't think most people are even doing it on purpose. I think they're
Mm.
just dealing with their own emotions and their own energy and just try to cope. That's their coping mechanism. So it goes back to an earlier episode we did about be kinder to yourself, be kind to the other people too.
Yes.
They're doing the best they can and they're there to have a good time too. So don't ruin your own good time by being over aware of other people's stuff. Deal with your
Yep.
own hot mess. That is great advice. That's very good. Gets right to the point of it. Mindy Yoder, I can't wait to have you come back and discuss many other issues. Most of the problems that happen between our ears do need to be called out, and we need help with them because everyone thinks the issues between your arm, your hand, the paddle, the ball, your feet. It is, but between your ears is a really important area too. Thank you, Mindy Yoder. Thanks for all the good you do for so many people on the pickleball court.
Thanks for having me, Tracy.